I'm getting worried. No shit. Carl doesn't just disappear from his house like this. He doesn't have anywhere to go.
It's so sad that they're worried because they just know he's a loser. So
Well, he doesn't have a car is the thing. So like, it's hard to leave and it's hot outside.
I did forget they didn't have a car. I forgot about that. Calm down. He could be anywhere. He has more friends than just us. Right? Right?
The fact that he isn't answering his phone is kind of fucking suspicious. Leo holds up his paws. You know he forgets to charge his phone sometimes. Clint's getting more and more frustrated, starting to pace around the living room. He never goes out with other friends, that's the problem. Listen, maybe we should wait. You all can wait here, I'm gonna find him. Flynn makes for the door, and before anyone can say anything, it's slammed shut behind him. We sit in silence for a while, staring at the door that Flynn just took off through.
Don't we know, like, he's in the basement? Which is where we tried to go earlier, but Flynn interrupted us?
Who knows? The characters?
No, I mean, like, you and I. Isn't it...
We have reason to think he'd be in the basement because he's probably possessed or something. And, like, going through his mom's files or some shit.
I mean, that didn't exactly line up. I mean, obviously things are different because in the last playthrough, we stayed up late playing video games with him. There was like this whole thing. So maybe, like, him sleeping would be different. But, like...
wasn't this a night where he acted weird and we woke him up?
Maybe in the middle of the night, but we woke up together when we're all both sleeping. Because we heard the knock on the door.
I think that was the night where we're sleeping head to toe and stuff, and he was acting weird, and we woke him up. And then, we went back to sleep and so on. But what if he didn't get woken up by us? What if he did? What did he do that day?
That's a good point.
That's curious.
But I just think
because that wasn't the beanbag night because we didn't wake up in the beanbag.
I just think it's really interesting that we specifically said, I'm going to go check the basement, and Flynn interrupts us and starts that whole fight with us. He prevented us from looking in the basement, which makes me think he's in the basement.
Maybe.
I just think it's
I don't
funny
think, I don't think Flynn's like hiding anything.
Oh, no. I don't think Flynn's hiding anything. I just think it's funny that, like, as a plot point, he prevented us specifically from looking in the basement. Just by coincidence, because he wanted to fight with us.
Leo lets his breath out in a long sigh, rubbing his face. Alright, let's think. Where else does Carl have to go? The comic book shop? Leo looks at me for a second. Maybe if someone else gave him a ride, but like Flynn said, does he have anyone else to do that for him?
Well, if you guys are going to do that, then I'll probably stay here in case he comes back.
Yeah, and we can keep looking. Sounds good. Leo pulls his keys out of his pocket, then looks back at me. Coming with me, Chase? Yeah. I follow Leo out of the door, actually starting to feel worried about Carl. They're gonna find him in the basement, they're all gonna get murdered!
He's hanging out with Raven.
Yeah, he's just hanging out with Raven. Raven just came by, and he's like, oh, hey, Carl, I just came back in town. You wanna hang out?
I had this weird feeling I should come visit you.
Oh, your friends haven't talked to you for 2 days? That's weird. They're not a good group of friends. No. They're just not a good friend group.
Not really.
Weirdly, the best friends in the entire group might be Flynn and Carl.
Yeah, because he knows him so well. He bought him like a really nice lighter in the last playthrough, and he's the most worried about him being gone.
And Flynn checked and was like hanging out with Carl like already that day. Yeah,
and I don't get the impression like I don't think Leo hangs out with them really.
I don't think Leo cares about Carl, and Flynn seems to hate Leo.
Yeah.
So probably not. And we didn't hang out with TJ or Jenna the entire time we were in college.
Jenna and TJ are like cute with each other, but and us and Leo are cute with each other only because we fucking fucked. Like, but in terms of like the cohesion of a friend group, they're
it's not good.
They don't gel well at all. Feels very unnatural.
We walk around the mall for about an hour, checking the food court and every shop we pass. It's clear that this idea was pretty hopeless from the beginning. Jenna lets us know that Carl hasn't showed up at the house either, and that they're heading back to the motel. Did they put the cake in the fridge? He's gonna need it for when he's in the nightmare dimension.
What if he just comes
What
back
if
and
he-
everyone's gone? He just finds the cake in his fridge.
What if he had real food instead of drywall in the nightmare dimension?
Probably would have had a better time.
Yeah. Finally, Leo and I call it quits and head back to his house before walking to the diner for dinner. That's a confusing
Oh,
sentence.
diner, huh?
Uh-oh. So, where do you think he went? Leo's hunched over, an elbow on the table, and his chin in his paw, staring out the window. I don't know. Do you think we should call someone? Like the cops? Not yet. He's an adult, so they won't really look into it until it's been days. We should probably call his parents, though, if he doesn't show up by tonight. I don't say anything, stirring my milkshake around. I glance back over towards the kitchen area, watching a very tired-looking Janice gather up plates before taking them back. Oh. Hey, Janice.
Hey, how's it going, Janice?
How you doing? I was pretty much mortified when I realized she was here and about to take our order, mostly just because I was embarrassed for her. She didn't really say anything, though, just took our order and left. I examined my milkshake closely, though, for what I'm not sure. From Janice deposits.
No. Oh, Keith, no.
I'm not too worried, though. He's been under a lot of stress and probably just wanted to leave town for a while. But who would he do that with? And why wouldn't he tell us? Leo sips on his milkshake and I wait for him to finish. I guess things really have changed. Yeah? I rest my chin on my palm, meeting his eyes so he knows I'm listening. I mean, the way Flynn was acting all day, he really can't stand us anymore. Carl probably just feels the same way. I mean, I wouldn't be in a huge hurry to hang out with this group again either after how they last saw each other, which was Flynn's blow-up.
Yeah. I don't really blame Carl for just kind of like being I'm out, guys.
He just got driven home from that. It's like, wow, reunion's going good, huh?
This is very stressful. I need to be alone
have
for a
fun
while.
fucking Leo. I'm gonna go to Albuquerque. I don't think so. Flynn's usually been that way, right? Not like that. Like the way he was talking to you earlier. So he did hear. I guess you were right. I should have just left shit alone. We all used to fit together so well, but now we've all changed and it's like we're bending ourselves to fit again. I guess that's just life, right? Leo grunts and keeps staring at the window. It's clear how much he wanted all this to work out, to give us the opportunity for one last hurrah before we separated for good. And now, I'm actually pretty angry at myself and the others. This is our last chance to really say our goodbyes, and it's like we don't care at all. Jenna and TJ are off doing their own thing. Carl's getting lost and probably high. And Flynn's being Flynn. I lean forward, then, grinning. You know, I'm really happy you planned all this. Slowly, Leo shifts his attention from the sunset to my face. I smile widely for him. This is the most fun I've had all year, even though everyone's acting like a dick. I dip my head self-consciously. Including me, I know, but this whole thing has reminded me about a lot of the good things in this town. And even though things have been kind of shitty, I think it's a good note to leave off on. Leo raises his brows. Because weren't things always shitty? It's part of the experience. Leo stares at me for a long time, and I feel my grin start to fade. But then he reaches forward and rubs a thumb up my nose.
Just like, plunk. He's like, shh, it's okay, baby, it's okay.
It's one of those things where there's just this feeling like I have to see what it looks like in the game, because if you just read it, you're like, what?
I feel like maybe like rubbing his thumb up the ridge of my nose, or like up the muzzle or something. But like you can't say just like up his nose.
It's just something's awkward about that for some reason.
He's like, it's like instead of putting like your finger to someone's mouth, be like, shh, it's okay. He just stuck his thumb in his nose instead. He was like, shh, it's okay.
I blink in surprise, and he shows me the smear of white on his thumb pad. Sorry, it was hard to take you seriously looking like a cokehead. It's whipped cream.
Okay, so it's not like he stuck his thumb up his nose and
no.
there was
drugs
up there.
He was wiping whipped cream off his nose. He grins and licks his thumb.
Ew, you just stuck your thumb up my nose and now you licked
Not up his nose.
I know.
I blush and grab a napkin to wipe my face, but Leo rests upon my arm. But seriously, thanks for trying at least. Leo looks like he's about to say something else. Hesitates, then opens his muzzle again.
Cute.
Leo and I look up to find a lanky, patchy, ugly, ring-tailed cat staring down at us with beady black eyes.
Oh god!
Well, say hello to Clint. He's one of the shitheads.
Oh,
he's a balloon shithead.
Oh yeah.
It's Clint.
I don't remember how I voiced that kid, but I don't know if you knew, but there's a lot of other people in here trying to enjoy their meal.
Oh wow, you're gonna make it your business, huh? How about you make your skin condition your business?
You look like a fucking tweaker, bro.
Yeah.
People are trying to enjoy. I'm trying to enjoy my meal without looking at your scabby face. So back off, bud.
Clint puts a paw down on the edge of the table, leaning in.
Could you try not to ruin it for us?
He grins at me, showing me just how many teeth he's missing. Guess he graduated from huffing paint since the last time I saw him.
The hell are you doing here, Chase? Didn't you dump his fat ass?
I grimace. I can't tell if he's joking or not, or if he's still the same asshole that I remember him as. I haven't talked to him in years. Well, it kind of looks like you dumped your own ass, Clint. What happened to you? I can see Clint's brain work as he digests what I said, deciding whether or not he should be offended. I can also see his tail twitching behind him, and it's patchy too, leaving some parts of it bald like a rat's tail.
Oh no.
Actually, Clint, you're right. We're all trying to eat, but there's a smelly, ugly, ring-tailed skeleton ruining it for us. Clint flicks his attention from me to Leo, who smiles sweetly at him. Mind doing us all a favor and getting the fuck out? Clint leans in low to the table, putting his face up next to Leo's. Leo keeps a straight face, and I'm impressed because I can smell the stench of Clint's breath even from here.
Think you're funny, Beaner?
It's... If you're trying to make me mad, you might as well do it right, eh? Leo takes a sip from his milkshake nonchalantly while Clint gapes at him. His brain, which I imagine is Swiss cheese at this point, tries to come up with some kind of retort.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, well, I'd tell you to do the same, but you've got a sister at home, don't you? Well, Clint moves fast, swinging a fist up and around towards Leo's jaw. Leo's ready for him and lunges to the side, though the fist still glances the side of his face. He grabs Clint's arm and yanks him down onto the table, which knocks over my milkshake and sends it splashing into my lap. I gasp and stand and move to the side of the table where Leo starts to rub Clint's face into the mess, smashing into the table a few times.
Oh man. Stop it!
I didn't even know Janice had an appearance in this game.
Me neither.
It never came up yet.
Janice, you were peeing on the side of the road the other day.
We're just dealing with that. It's just a thing we get to deal with. I jump as Janice shouts right next to me. Leo hears her too and turns around while still holding Clint down. The dead look is still in her eyes. The fur on her face is matted, like she's been crying a lot but hasn't washed since. Oh.
I am not gonna deal with this today, Leo.
You know Clint started it. Leo's ears are flat as he looks back at Janice, clearly thrown off. Underneath him, Clint snarls and thrashes.
Am I gonna have to get the taser from the back?
Slowly, Leo backs off of Clint, who immediately shoves himself off the table. I can see Leo prepare himself in case Clint takes another swing, but he doesn't look back at him. But he doesn't even look at him. His already dirty tank top smeared brown from the milkshake, he stumbles to the door and disappears outside.
And clean up that fucking mess before you leave.
With that, the old coyote turns and stalks off to the back. She leaves me and Leo to stare at each other before we ruefully wipe up the spilled milkshake with brown napkins. There are only 2 other patrons in the diner with us, a skunk and a jackrabbit. They're really committed to the local animal theme.
I like
very
it.
specifically.
I really like it.
There's an internal logic to the world. But I can feel their eyes on us the whole time, and it only adds to the embarrassment. What do you think our problem is? I ask Leo under my breath as we come back from tossing the ball of wet napkins in the trash can. He just shrugs, though, and I follow him quietly out of the diner into the late afternoon light outside. The problem was racism.
She wasn't also the bus driver, was she?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I'm just thinking if
Who
maybe...
was the bus driver?
I just wonder if they would make a callback like that, because, you know, they've been doing that so far.
Maybe.
In terms of characters.
Yeah,
and
this would have been
things.
written before the prequel.
Yeah, but I was just maybe not. It's like, what's the likelihood of? But I remember she was also a I don't know what animal she's. The animal that they said she was, I think, is what she is. I think they said she was a fox.
A
or
fox?
Something. Yeah, on the bus.
Yeah,
because she was talking about somebody being. She was talking about somebody and implied that they were racist against foxes.
Let's see. I sure know how to check. We want to just waste a little time real quick. Did you
waste a little time real quick?
Waste a little time. Oh wait, I can't search it because it's not live yet.
Ooh.
I have to do it from within the channel. Oh shit.
All this technology.
My mouth is uncomfortably close to the microphone. I hope you're enjoying that.
Some ASMR.
I'm trying to talk quietly because my mouth's too close to the microphone. How's everyone doing today?
I just want to read the
Howdy. My own voice, but from the Karen.
Karen, okay, not Janice.
Their voice was Karen. Their name was Karen. Their voice was
also Karen.
Voice,
sure, it was my voice.
Their voice was also Karen.
Oh, you go back one because
yeah.
you missed. I want you to read about the sticky pants.
We walk in silence for a while, with me walking awkwardly because my soaked and sticky pants are incredibly uncomfortable on my thighs. Oh no, my sticky thighs.
Oh no.
From a milk product.
You better help me clean up my thighs.
Get in there.
Strawberry.
We stop at the motel where I change and shower before grabbing a fresh change of clothes. Then we start back out again. I think about staying behind at the motel, but I feel like that would be a dick move after what Leo has been through today. As we walk back, Leo takes a detour, stopping at the convenience store. The fight has made things a little awkward between us, so I just shove my paws into my pockets and follow Leo. Chase every day is awkward. Every part of every day is awkward. We go to the back where he grabs a 12-pack. He doesn't say anything to me either, as he makes his way to the front to pay. Finally, when we're back outside, he nudges me in the direction behind the convenience store. Let's sit.
We're just gonna sit behind the convenience store and drink beer?
It's that kind of town.
Yeah, but why behind the convenience store?
It's here.
Else. Yeah, I guess.
It's probably a garbage can. Shade, maybe. I lead the way, because we've both done this dozens of times before. We step off the asphalt and down a little ways into the brush where Leo pulls me up onto a boulder. Leo sighs, pulling out the first beer bottle. Leaning back, he pulls out his keys to use the bottle opener on his keychain before handing it over to me. I make a break for the car.
I steal it. I drive off into the sunset.
Good ending. He does the same for himself, then practically chugs the whole thing before grabbing another, even before I'm able to take my first swig.
Jeez Louise.
Oh no, all these flags, what color are they? I can't tell past my rose-tinted glasses.
I'm looking, but the sunset's so bright, I can't see the color of these flags. Oof.
I don't comment on it, and instead look out at the sunset, thinking about how nice it would be just to sort of run off into the wilderness. At least for a little while. And then you die of heat exhaustion, because you're not,
this is not
you're not real wild animals.
Not the place.
I lean back and sigh, noticing a white and brown splotch on the knee of Leo's jeans. What you said to Clint, that was pretty mean. He said some pretty mean stuff too, and it's not like I like saying that. And it's not like I like saying that shit to him. Seeing me lying back, Leo shifts closer to me, allowing me to rest my head against his thigh. Again, the familiar position probably isn't a good idea, but I just don't care. So does Clint still live with his dad? No, he went to prison 2 years ago. Really? Because of... Yeah. Shit. We sit in silence, enjoying our quiet surroundings. As I lay there, I hear Leo open another bottle, then another. Finally, he lets out a big sigh. Chase, come back to Echo.
Leo, leave Echo.
Hasn't today been a great advertisement for Echo? It's great. It's been a good day.
Oh my.
We were accosted by a
redneck.
half-haired like tweaker just who's racist and homophobic. So it's like it's a good time.
We saw the waitress peeing.
Yeah.
We broke into someone's house.
Yep.
We're missing somebody. We were missing Carl, which we kind of forgot about.
Yep. We went from a micro to a macro aggression, and then the person that runs the place blamed us for it.
Yes.
It's a good town.
We had to clean up milkshake with brown paper towels, which I can only imagine took a million years and a million paper towels.
They described a ball of them.
Yeah. It's so sticky.
I close my eyes, turning my vision blood red against the sunset. Maybe. Just not yet. He doesn't press the issue, instead of reaching out for another bottle. Holy shit, dude. By the time I get to my second one, the rest are gone. What?
You drank 10 beers.
10 beers?
In like what I assume is probably like 20 minutes.
What the fuck? He's gonna piss so hard he'll cut glass.
You piss so hard you cut glass like a laser?
He's gonna pressure wash the convenience store. What the fuck? 10 bottles?
Oh.
Even in furry logic, that's just too much beer. What the fuck?
You just would feel...
You're a linebacker, not a superhero.
You'd be so bloated. You'd be so bloated and burpy. Like...
Yeah, where's the burps? How is that not coming up?
Oh gosh. It's later. It's like as they're walking back, just burp every 5 steps.
Don't tickle him now, it'll explode.
Oh no.
By the time I get to... As we walk back to Leo's house in silence, he occasionally brushes his tail up against my own.
Can they hold tails?
I let him. He's mildly drunk. Mildly? So he's sort of excused for now. I do have to push his muzzle away when he leans up against me for some support, after his feet hit a sudden dip in the road.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this
I'm busy
at all.
trying to steady him when I hear footsteps pounding up behind us.
Oh no.
Before I know it, Leo shoved me hard to the side and I go stumbling into the weeds. Whirling around, I see a dark figure running off to the side of Leo. His attack aborted as he saw the wolf had seen him. How long did you fucking wait? He comes back around and I immediately see that it's Clint. He's got a crowbar in one paw. My stomach drops as I look from him to Leo, who's got a big smile on his face like this is exactly what he wanted to happen. What the hell? Come back for more, Clint? I think I know why he has a gun now.
Well, I'm a little bit afraid that this is where this is going.
Clint doesn't say anything. Instead, he just screams and runs at Leo again. Usually I wouldn't be worried about Leo in a fight with Clint, but the crowbar and the fact that Leo can barely stand has me really fucking worried. Leo backpedals, then ducks low and lunges forward, which I don't think Clint expects. His grunt is guttural, but to my surprise he doesn't go down. Instead he grips the back of Leo's shirt before raising the crowbar and bringing it down hard into Leo's back with a solid, meaty thud. I gasp and cringe, starting to jog towards them. Clint presses forward and Leo trips over something, landing on his butt. Leo raises the crowbar again and Clint raises the crowbar again and Leo raises a paw. For about 2 seconds they play a game with Leo moving his paws around above his head, anticipating the swing. Clint, meanwhile, keeps trying to re-angle the crowbar so that Leo will miss. He doesn't get a chance though, because that's when I reach them. I'm not exactly a good fighter considering I've never been in a fight before, but the idea of Leo getting his face beaten in with a crowbar provides me with enough terror that it spurs me on. I jump on his back, grab a handful of the fur on his forehead and yank back as hard as I can. I guess I should have hit him or something, but it seems to work alright. His remaining teeth flash in the porch light, and I get a hot blast of his rancid breath as he snarls angrily.
Oh gosh.
Suddenly I'm sitting down on the asphalt, feeling like my forehead had just caved in. He must have somehow swung the crowbar back and hit me. I desperately rub at my head, imagining the skull shattered into a million pieces like an egg, but everything feels like it's still in shape. The fight's still going on, and now I can hear Leo snarling. It's not a sound that I've heard that often, but it's deep and way scarier than anything Clint could have managed. I start to focus on the spot that I see their bodies tangled together. When I do, I see that Clint's on top again, the crowbar raised, pointy and down, aiming for Leo's face. I start to crawl towards them, but there's no way I'm gonna make it. Again, the sound of something hard striking flesh. But this time it isn't Clint hitting Leo. It's Clint that hisses in pain this time as he arches back, baring his fangs. There's a dark shape behind him. It's Kudzu. But before I can focus on Leo's massive paw, Leo's massive paw smashes into the side of Clint's face. Leo's not playing this time. In fact, it looks like he put everything he had into that punch, and the sound it makes is like a slab of beef being thrown against concrete. Clint's body visibly goes slack before he slumps down against Leo, only to be shoved roughly to the side. I crawl up next to the wolf, and he looks over at me as I do. His paw immediately goes to my head, to steady it as he looks closer at my face. Fuck, did he hit you? That's when I realize I have a massive headache, and it feels like it's full of water.
That's not good.
I rub a spot that itches a bit right above my eyebrow, and my pads come away slightly dark and bloody. That fucking piece of shit! Leo sends a back fist into the side of the downed Clint's face.
Hey, that's enough, Leo.
That's when I remember that it was someone else that actually saved Leo. The voice is familiar, but it isn't until I look up at the source that I recognize Kudzu. He's breathing hard, and he's holding the crowbar that Clint dropped. The dark spots around his eyes blend in with the night and accentuate how wide his actual eyes are. Almost like they're meant to do that or something, maybe.
No.
He looks spooked.
What the hell are you guys doing?
He looks pissed, and I feel a little defensive. Hey, he tried to run up on us. Kudzu's eyes flick over to look at me before focusing back on Leo.
I thought we had this shit figured out. Why the hell are you fighting again?
I don't really get why this Kudzu guy is freaking out so much. His nostrils flare with each breath. You'd think he was the one that almost got his brains running through with a crowbar. Calm the fuck down. You know how Clint is.
He wouldn't do half of the crap he does if you didn't antagonize him so much. You say he was a bully, but from what I've seen, it's the reverse.
It's hard to think of Leo as a bully, but the way he's acted towards Clint in the diner was a bit much, even if it was Clint. Hey, if you can't take it, then maybe he shouldn't dish it, eh? This isn't really a fun back and forth once there's a crowbar involved.
Yeah, it's not really like a fair, it's kind of a cheap move.
Leo grins and sticks out a paw to Kudzu, who glares, but nevertheless reaches down to help him up. Leo promptly pulls me up with him. As I get to my feet, a wave of dizziness instantly hits me and I stumble into Leo. Fuck, see? He steadies me and looks into my eyes, worry etched all over his face. I'm fine, just got dizzy for a sec.
It's, to make sure he doesn't fall asleep.
Yeah. That's not fine. Do you feel sick? Can you see straight? Seriously, I'm fine. Just give me a minute. Puchika, going to kill that hick for when he wakes up. At that moment, Clint makes a snorting sound and starts to roll over. Leo's eyes flash to where he's laying, but Kudzu steps up between the two, still glaring.
No. Get the fuck back home and take care of the otter. I'm gonna see if I can keep him from trying to kill you later down the road.
Fat chance. He's wanted to kill me since middle school. Clint starts to sit up, supporting himself with both paws as he looks around. Move to Echo, Chase.
Yeah, move to Echo. Go.
Whatever. Leo turns back to me and his eyes soften as he puts an arm around my shoulders. Come on. We might need to get you to the hospital. I'm fine. Really. No, you should go to the hospital.
Yeah, probably.
Whatever kind of hospital there is here, go. The low tones of Kudzu's voice murmuring to Clint fades off as we stumble into the night. There's also probably more security at the hospital for when Clint wakes up.
Yeah.
No, you're not fine. He hit you fucking hard. God damn that fucking idiot. He could have killed you. I put a paw back to the sore on my forehead and rub at it. Leo grabs my wrist. Don't do that, you'll infect it. We'll clean it up back at my place. Swear to God, I am not going to leave my house without my gun again.
That's gonna come up later.
Yup. Suddenly, Leo's face turns on an odd look. One sec.
He's gonna puke.
He makes as if to steady me with both paws, then stumbles off to the side of the road. It's dark and I can't see him, but I sure as hell can hear the retch followed by a splash. This happens about 3 more times before Leo shakily, but more steadily, approaches me from the darkness, a sheepish grin on his face. You okay? Yeah, just had a little too much? 10 beers? Really? The Leo I knew could down 15 cans and still walk. Well, they're bottles.
Don't egg him on. Yeah, but I think depending on the cans, the amount could be the same.
I guess. I mean, we did see those fucked up Australian beers that were like...
about the Fosters?
Yeah, what the fuck? Those just keep going forever. It's like too much.
And your mom offered you one, and I was like, thinking, you're not gonna be able to finish that. There's a lot.
It's like I could if I want, but like, why would I want to at some point? Why does it keep?
I could tell you why.
Why does the beer just keep going? It wasn't even my first one. My first Foster's, but not my first drink that night. Hey, rolling around with a crazy long tail sitting on you won't do your guts any favors. Sure, what?
He's giving an excuse as to why he's puking.
Sure. Leo chuckles and wraps an arm around me again, though this one feels more intimate rather than just being there to keep me steady. We walk in silence for a while, just enjoying the evening air. The temperature is always perfect here, when the sun's gone. It gets me more annoyed, though, because I imagine we'd be having a much better time if Clint had just tried to murder us.
That's probably true.
Yeah, crazy gamble there. I don't know how you got that impression.
I think it's pretty safe to probably guess that most people's nights would be better if they didn't get attacked by a ring-tailed lemur. It's weird. Why is he here?
He was a cat, wasn't he?
Ringtail. What are they talking about?
He was a ring-tailed cat.
Oh, is that what that is?
I think. I think he was a cat. I'm just trying to figure out the space. How are we still walking? Whose house did we get attacked at? Why was Kudzu there? I thought we were about to be home because Kudzu's our neighbor, I think. And that's why I thought Kudzu was there. So I'm like, but like we're just walking and enjoying.
he's just wandering in the night.
Yeah, like a raccoon. I'm just like, why are we? I thought we were home. Why are we walking around enjoying the night air? I'm just like confused because he was close enough to greet us as we got one in the house. I don't know. At least that's what I imagine he was trying to do, since hitting someone with a crowbar isn't exactly fucking around. Has it really gotten this bad between you and Clint? Leo squeezes me. It's always been this way. It looked like he was trying to kill you. Well, the gringo really hates me. Leo laughs, then falls silent for a while, ears pinned back. I guess he was angrier than usual. I think it's just that I might have pissed him off more than I usually do. I look up at him. About that. About what you said to him back at the diner was really awful. You too? How can he expect not to get hit with that if he's going off about us and about me being a... Leo barks at a laugh. Talk shit, get hit, I always say. I don't know, man. What his dad did is different. It's not his fault, you know? Hey, he might be fucked up, but he can still make the decision to be a complete dick to everyone, can't he? I wish Jenna were here to back me up on how this isn't exactly fair to Clint. He attacked me with a crowbar, fuck him. And as far as I know, Clint's sober, so that's just a choice he made.
Yeah, no, he had to actively leave, go home, make the choice, grab the crowbar, come back, and attack that. Like the amount of effort.
Doing a hate crime.
It's something you'd have to really dwell on enough to make this much effort to go through with that.
Yeah. Anyway, I think he was on something. Did you see how crazy he looked? He's always on something. And speaking of which... Leo's steps slow when I look ahead to see an isolated house further up the road. The porch light is on, and I see a skinny figure get out of a chair and start walking up the front yard. It's clear he means to intercept us, and I slow down with Leo as he draws closer. Duke? Leo nods at him.
Oh, God. Duke looks like that?
Yeah, apparently. He looks better than what's his name?
Clint?
Than Clint.
Well, just because he doesn't have all the pock marks on him.
Well, he looks more like he has scars instead of missing fur for the other reason. He's got a scar down under his eye. He's got a missing chunk of ear. He looks like he has like a burn on his collarbone. I don't know. They look like scars though. He also looks like he's like 50.
Oh yeah, from my angle I didn't even see the scar under his eye, but you know he's definitely an older dude.
Yeah.
I wonder if his eyes are red because he's stoned, or if that's just like he's got some weird animal traits.
I don't know. The skinny weasel looks us both up and down, raising a paw to pull a drag from what looks like a cigar.
A swisher.
And I assume it's actually a blunt because it smells like Carl. He's as patchy and unhealthy looking as I remember him looking. Not as torn up as Clint, but still bad enough to know that he's done his fair share of dabbling with meth.
It's a look that never really goes away.
He doesn't say anything, and after a while, Leo clears his throat. Isn't it a nice...
He's here.
As Duke cuts Leo off, he's staring right at me, so I assume he's talking about that it's me he's talking about. Hi, Duke. I probably couldn't have said anything more awkward.
I couldn't have said any more awkwardly. I probably couldn't have said it any more awkwardly.
Yeah, I was like, I interpret it into a sentence you could have said. Leo steps forward, practically in front of me. Did you need something? Leo lets out a long stream of smoke towards us. Or Duke, did I say Leo? Definitely a blunt.
Same shit's been happening to me after you told me about it.
Oh, is he seeing things? Leo looks at him, looking politely puzzled, though I can see his tail twitching behind him.
You've been seeing shit. Now I'm seeing shit.
It's quiet for a few seconds, then Leo laughs. Well, maybe I'll lay off the drug cocktails.
No, it's different. The shit I see, almost real. I saw him.
He nods at me again, and for some reason I'm starting to feel really uncomfortable. Okay. They both saw Chase?
Out there inside their window?
That's weirder. We had a reason why Leo would see Chase. We don't even fucking know who Duke is, besides the fact that he dies in Carl's route.
Leo's gonna beat up Duke for fantasizing about the man he loves.
We were explained that half of his face was missing and there was a piece of plastic in it.
Yeah, I was really... Yeah.
And we don't really know what that means.
No.
That's the best we got before Chase died.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
What the fuck did that mean?
I know, what does that mean? He's also... Oh, that's also why he pointed at us.
Oh, because he saw us.
Because he saw us.
Oh. But, I mean, he shouldn't be weirded out by that. We were just on the porch with Carl. Like a
No, because
person.
at that... Leo talked about seeing us around... And then he's been seeing us around. And so in that scene, when he's already been seeing us around, like whatever version of us or whatever they're seeing, he then saw the real us on the porch in that timeline.
Yeah.
Because I think because this is the same day that happened on. And he's talking about having already seen us.
Already seen us. So do you think he's like, is he seeing multiple timelines?
He's been seeing Chase since before the birthday day. It's before Wednesday. Because today's still Wednesday. And we never were on the porch. So that scene didn't happen.
Oh. So yeah, where did he see us then?
I don't know. Leo laughs, and this time it's much more forced. He starts pushing me along further up the street. Sorry, Duke, but Chase is taken. Janice is still single, though. Duke follows us, walking along the dirt while we stay on the asphalt.
When did he get here?
Leo doesn't say anything and keeps pushing me along. He's trying to figure out which ones that he's seen could have been me or not. Or could have been Chase or not, based on when we actually arrived. I can see Duke getting angrier, and I don't want another fight, so I finally butt in. I got here on Saturday. Is something wrong, Duke? Duke doesn't answer. He just stops and watches us go, a frown stretched across his face. I keep on looking over my shoulder at him, but he doesn't move, and he doesn't take his eyes off us. What the fuck? Stop looking at him, Chase. What was he talking about? Doesn't matter, just keep moving, and hope we don't run into any more of these psychos. I manage not to look back again, but I feel his eyes on the back of my neck the entire time. I mean, Duke is, by comparison, reasonable.
Yeah. You can tell he's trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Clint just hates us for being us.
He was like slightly rude, but then with the context we have, there's like a lot of reason behind why he's doing that.
Oh, he's
because we can piece together a
probably
lot.
a little bit baffled by something.
Like
I'm baffled by
he's
something.
having some kind of fucked up horror movie thing happen. He's like, the fuck is happening? It's not this. It's not the thing I'm smoking. What the fuck? Even though the instructions say only take 2, Leo gives me 3 generic acetaminophen. Acetaminophen.
You know why I remember how to say that?
Because you've said it before?
No, because of that White Stripes song. You have no faith in medicine. He's like, girl, you have no faith in medicine. He's like, acetaminophen. You feel the medicine. Oh, girl.
I was going to be like, Zydrate comes in a little glass vial. A little glass vial. A little glass vial. After that, he takes me to the bathroom and starts cleaning the cut on my forehead. I grimace against the sting of the rubbing alcohol.
He has a cleaner and cuter bathroom than most men I know who would live by themselves would have. Like,
he also mysteriously has this like very intricate looking bathroom window.
I think it's it might be that, but there's like that kind of like stained glass like wallpaper you just can stick on your window to make it look like stained glass, but it's just like a
like a filter over the glass,
yeah,
like a decal.
A lot of like middle-aged moms I knew growing up like thought that was the coolest shit. And just did that everywhere.
Huh. I mean, you do want privacy on your bathroom window.
Yeah, why the fuck would you just have a window there anyway?
I never liked the window. Like whenever I'm peeing and like there's like various like hotels or timeshares or whatever I'll end up at places, and there's places where I'll just end up where I'm like, all right, here I am peeing into a toilet facing the wall, and I can just see the outside world, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how I feel about that.
My friend was showing me footage of a hotel they had stayed at, and they start the filming from outside the bathroom. They walk to the bathroom. They step inside the shower, and then in the shower there's a window. Like in the it's in the actual shower. Like you have to put the curtains behind, step into the actual tub to be able to look out the window, and the window is street level, and it is out into the porch. I was like, and it's a clear window. There's like nothing to it.
It's like taking a shower in a glass elevator. Like it just escalate.
There was another like home design show I saw, which I don't really watch those, but it made me laugh because what it was is they had a bathroom that was underneath a flight of stairs, but there was like a window where if you like looked down as you're walking up the stairs, you could see someone peeing. Like it was just a horrible design flaw.
Oh, you've talked about this place before. Yeah.
I know, it baffled me so much. I think about it all the time. Where it's like
just the distressing bathroom window.
Basically, the window of the bathroom was the area underneath the stairs. So it's like, so if you were like looking at a step, the part that faces you was glass. Like the top part of the step was wood, but the part that like is vertical.
It's like the equivalent
clear glass.
as if. Oh no.
So they had the bathroom right on the floor underneath. So if you were like. If you just like angled your head while standing and you kind of like looked at the stairs, you can like look down into the bathroom.
I hate it. No.
Why do people? I don't know. It's
why
one
would
of those
somebody
things.
make that?
Hey, why do you think about that? I don't know. Like, yeah, it seems like a problem.
We really should take you to the ER. This might even need stitches. I lean my head into his paws because not having to hold it up myself feels good. Yeah, you should probably go to the ER. No, it's not that bad. Chase! Stop acting like you're in a horror game. Besides, even if it is a concussion, they'll just send me home and tell me to get some rest. Yeah, but the stitches? And the antibiotics or whatever, and also, like, security from Psycho Man. Unless, like, their dad owns that place, well, their dad's in prison. Or somebody in their family, like, owns the hotel, the hospital or some shit.
Well, somebody's got to own the hospital.
Along with a $500 bill. Alright, well, this is the most American thing you've said. I could get health care, but what about the price? This is a reasonable choice people should have to make in a civilized country. Best in the world!
Yeah.
I may be bleeding and dying, but what about my legacy?
No.
I'll never pay off my student debts if I also have medical bills. Says college Chase.
Dude, it's so sad. Just trying to better yourself. You even argue for the sake of your own country to educate yourself. You think that would benefit your country, but also it's like we also don't want you to be healthy either. There's been times at work where like strangers have gotten hurt at my workplace. Just coincidentally, things happen, and I like I'll take care of them and be like, I'll like level with him. Like, do you want me to call an ambulance for you? Like, I will. Absolutely. And I know I'm supposed to, but I'm going to level with you. Do you want me to call the ambulance?
A lot of people do not want you to call an ambulance for them.
Or do you want to leave? Because I'm not going to do it against your will.
Yeah.
Would you like an ambulance?
You can fuck somebody up by giving them healthcare against their will.
Yeah, it's so sad. Like, you think, like, if, I don't know.
Would you like this 2-second accident to haunt you for months? Years?
Like, if you hit your head and passed out with a concussion, maybe someone would call an ambulance for you, and you'd wake up and be like, thanks a lot. You stuck me with this much money in debt. Like, an ambulance
best country in the world. I played football, I know, but you never know how serious it could be. I sigh and don't say anything, deciding it would be easier to just not argue. Leo starts to debate whether or not to shave the fur, but I finally get annoyed and tell him to get on with it. As he prods around, I can feel the area around the cut swelling, and wonder if I'm gonna get a black eye. Leo finally steps back and starts putting everything back into the first aid kit. Wait. Leo glances at me questioningly. Aren't you hurt? He thinks for a second. I don't think so. I feel fine, I mean. Turn around. I'd seen Clint hit Leo with a crowbar, and he'd hit him hard. Leo sighs before finally turning around, placing his paws on the sink as he stares into the mirror. I look at his back, the black shirt dusty from the dirt he had rolled around in. Carefully, I lift the shirt up his back. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I can see the raised fur from a growing welt where the crowbar had hit, though. There aren't any cuts there, but I do see some spots of dried blood. You have a bunch of little cuts. I see the smooth muscles under Leo's fur shift as he flexes them. Really? Must have been from the rocks in the road. I think my shirt came up a little when we were wrestling around. Wrestling around. The way he describes the attempted murder. Give me the alcohol.
Yeah, just a little game. You know, just some tussling, you know.
Leo sighs again, but hands it over. And take off your shirt. He smirks at that, and slowly, purposefully, sensually strips his shirt off. I try to ignore him, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't turned on by his body. It's been a long time since I saw him shirtless, and he's kind of changed. He's thicker, broader on the shoulders and chest, the muscles smoother and just a little more filled out. I swallow and start to dab the alcohol into the cuts. He makes no indication of feeling any pain, instead swishing his tail around and flicking it up between my legs. Again, I don't know why, but Leo has a way of making you want to play along, even if you know it's a bad idea. Well, these flags, how they going?
Are you talking about coercion?
Oh wow, this birthday cake, it was covered in flags. He's been How old are you, Leo? You're 21 flags. He's been flirting with me this whole time, so I guess he's just sort of broken down my defenses. Once I finish rubbing in the alcohol, I let a paw linger on Leo's hip. We both stay like that for a while until Leo finally turns around, leaning back against the sink. I look over his form, his broad chest down to his thick stomach. He looky like that. That's a face he's making.
Ooh-wee.
That's some Nefaro confidence right there.
It's very much like that. One eyebrow down, one eyebrow raised.
Like what you see? When I look back up at him, his brows are raised, and before I can say anything, he's leaning down.
We're leaning down, huh?
I think he's about to kiss me, so I turn my head to the side, but instead he just nuzzles the side of my head, and he brings me in for a hug. I freeze for a second, but relax into his hold after a while, enjoying the feel of his warm fur against me. Goodbye, music. He doesn't say anything, just holds me. I can feel his excitement through his pants as he presses into me, then starts nibbling at my ear. I gasp as he catches it between his teeth, and I almost moan. He, of course, knows I have sensitive ears. He moans a little in response, and before I know it, he's pulling me up against him. Then he lifts me off the ground and spins me around and sits me up on the sink. Oh.
Oh, we get a picture.
We're doing this.
What is the structural integrity of the sink?
It's a thing to worry about a little bit, right?
I always worry about it every time this comes up.
Yeah, and like the mirror, is the mirror hung? Like,
yeah, it's gonna clatter against the wall.
Yeah,
like...
can I push it slightly and it's gonna like fucking like come off its hook and fall down? There's a few concerns to be had here.
We just ruined the moment.
We just worried about everything.
Logistical problems.
Yeah, we're supposed to be like, look at his giant hand.
He does have a giant hand.
It's a very big hand. Oop. Yeah, my head throbs again.
Not the only thing.
It's
right?
not. Yeah, it's not the best time for this, honestly.
He's like half conscious.
I guess this is one way to keep me awake. Quick, you need to keep me awake because we gotta fuck
all night.
My head throbs again, and I think I'm about to fall, but he holds on to me before he begins digging his muzzle into my neck, kissing and licking. I gasp and hug around his body, pulling him closer as he licks and nips. Leaning my throat back, I expose more of my neck to him, closing my eyes as the back of my head presses against the mirror. Leo growls, his paws sliding up under my shirt, feeling up my stomach before moving up to my chest. Fucking hell. He moans it, sounding like he just scratched an unreachable itch, like he just had his first drink of water in days. Leo. I gasp, about to tell him to stop, but then his tongue burrows in past my fur to lick to the skin, and my eyes roll. Is he licking my ear?
Yeah,
I think that's what he means, right?
Confused.
He pulls back, finally, and I lower my gaze to meet his. His tongue is hanging out, making him look a little goofy. I can see a few of my short brown hairs on his tongue.
I don't know if I like that part.
He starts to lean in again, and this time I don't turn my head away. As he almost reaches me, his eyes suddenly flick to the right, looking over my shoulder, and I see shock cross his expression. Then he jumps and spins around, knocking over the soap dispenser and first aid kit. I jump too. What? Leo continues to stare, one paw clutching his chest, the other digging into my thigh. I wait for him to finish, but he doesn't go on. Did you see something? I thought I did. Just seeing things, I guess. Finally, he turns his attention to the first aid kit and leans over, starting to pick everything back up. Slowly, I slide down from the sink and start pushing my shirt back into place, realizing that the moment had passed.
Oh. Huh?
While I'm curious as to what he saw, I'm also conscious of the fact that the break in our intimacy has made things awkward again. Should we check the house? Could be Clint. No, it wasn't Clint. Leo grabs his shirt and pulls it back on before turning to me. Just seeing things. I think back to Clint. Well, all right. I feel like you should have thought back to Duke.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you have a lot of options as to who could be creeping around your house, it seems like.
Well, I just mean, like, he said he was seeing things, so I feel like you should be thinking back to Duke in that moment, because that's what he was talking about.
Duke's, about seeing things. Yeah, you're right.
As we leave the bathroom, Leo looks back in for a moment before flipping the light off. He's spooked. I think it's a little strange that he makes sure to close the door. What? Leo doesn't make a move on me again that night, instead of keeping a good few inches between us on the bed. I can't help but wonder if I did something wrong. What I do know is that I'm kind of disappointed.
Oh.
Well,
I mean, yeah, you saw that picture. Of course he's disappointed.
The fact that they set it up in a scene and then nothing happens.
Wait,
Yeah.
what such a tease.
It's like the Carl sleeping on you scene.
fucking Carl.
Happy Thursday, everybody. We're going through I feel like the days are going faster in this storyline.
I think so too.
Last time.
That makes me think that the end might pack
Might be
a wallop.
longer.
Yeah.
Do you think you saw Chase? Do you think you saw Chase?
That would be weird.
It's apparently he keeps seeing Chase. I'm like, what did you see, buddy?
But like you said, there is like a reason. Is a romantic reason as to why he would see Chase, but it would probably spook him if he, while having the actual Chase with him, saw Chase again.
I think it's interesting. Is like they introduced the idea of seeing Chase, and it seems like something that you could justify because of the context of the story. But then Duke's seeing Chase, and then in the middle of trying to have sex with Chase, Leo sees something in the mirror, and I'm like, was that the Chase again? What the fuck is happening?
Well, because like I feel like it's like, oh, I saw you at my window last night. Like I'm romantic because I'm thinking of you, and maybe even he to himself can be like, there's a reason for that because I think about you all the time. Oops, sorry, microphone, I bopped it. But
they're doing a good job at raising new mysteries, but also like the timeline we have played is adding a lot of context to this one, like with Duke and so on. So there's a lot of stuff that's inferred that we can be like, oh, that's what that means, and we can pick up on a lot of stuff. But then there's still more. We're like, what the fuck does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Well, it's like it does the smart thing that a lot of it's like where you have like the answering of specific questions, but the prolonging of the bringing up and the prolonging of other questions from like the previous playthrough.
Yeah,
like there's a through line with like certain mysterious aspects of it, which I don't know if I'm assuming will at some point kind of maybe be resolved through context clues and other playthroughs. But it's like maybe there's like a certain overarching mystery along with like the independent mysteries of each playthrough.
I'm just noticing something weird that's been bothering me about this camera angle. Every time it comes up, we're on the left side of the road, which is a weird perspective for what's clearly supposed to mean we're driving. Because like that's a double yellow line, and that's like the middle of the road, right? So we should be over there, but we're over here. It's just like
you are right.
It's just a slightly weird perspective for the picture to be in if it's implying we're driving.
Yeah, that's not the correct side of the road.
Anyway, guys, what the fuck?
What the fuck?